Hey everyone, Jamie here. I wanted to talk about some of the tips that came out when I was getting my hair cut today when it comes to your weight loss journey or your getting healthy journey, or really sticking with anything that you're trying to, where you're trying to build a new habit. So the person who was cutting my hair had asked me, about what I'm up to, what I'm doing, and I shared with her, oh well, I've been receiving downloads and inspiration to start showing up and sharing about my own personal fat loss journey. I lost 30 pounds this past year in an incredibly healthy, sustainable way. And it was nothing like I've ever done in the past. I was a yo-yo dieter for 20 years, and I don't know how much of all of that poured out of me, but she had mentioned, yeah, I love going to the gym, but then it's like I go and then I'm really good about going a few times, and then I don't know, just something comes up and I don't want to go, and then all of a sudden I don't go. And I said, yeah, it's so common, because here's what happens. So often we have this all or nothing mentality, number one. And number two, we have this limiting belief that it's not good enough, that what we're doing is not good enough, and therefore it's not worth it. Like, why bother? And so I told her, really, that's what's happening behind the scenes, which manifests as you not going to the gym and then dropping it altogether, where you are trying to build this new healthy habit and then you basically fail and go back to just the way things always have been, and you don't experience any progress, and you beat yourself up about it and you feel like crap. And it's a vicious, ugly cycle. So I just very briefly gave her this insight and just told her, reframe it so that when you don't feel like going to the gym, that not only is it okay, but that it's wonderful and positive and good, and it is progress, and it is a step in the right direction, no matter what you choose to do to be active. Again, her example was that she loves going to the gym and wants to go to the gym, and sometimes can go to the gym a couple times, feeling some momentum, but then something happens, or maybe she's really exhausted after work, and then she doesn't want to drag herself to the gym, and then that just totally, the habit that she was building just crumbles, right? So my recommendation to her was, hey, even when you just have zero energy for going to the gym, you could do something at home instead. And I said, that's the bottom line, is there's some sort of judgment or criticism or not good enough energy flowing within you that says, well, if I can't go to the gym and get a full workout in, then it's not worth it. And there's no value. And I said, so it's a simple shift. This is what I like to talk about on this channel. This is what I like to talk about with people. This is what I like to talk about to anybody who will listen, really. My kids get the bulk of it, which I kind of love, because you always wonder if what you're saying is landing, or if they're even hearing you. And I don't know, when you find out that it really is something that's sticking, it just feels so nice. But anyway, so yeah, I just invited her to make that simple shift, to see it differently, change the way she's looking at it, to have a different perspective. That was like 5 ways of saying the same thing there. But basically, I invited her to stop making it mean that if she can't go to the gym, then it's a wash, and start celebrating any activity or any level of active lifestyle, anything that she can do. I said, if it's nice out, maybe you're willing to just take a walk around the block. If it's not nice out, you could just walk around your house. I said, something else that you could do is like, let's say you're exhausted and you don't want to do any of those things, and like, really it's a win that you didn't just stop at McDonald's on the way home from work because of how tired you are and how you don't want to cook. Let's say you're cooking something in the microwave. You could be just doing some squats. You could be doing some lunges. I said, give yourself the win. Still do something. And then celebrate it, acknowledging that even when you're tired, even when life is a little bit hard or feels a little bit hard, you're honoring your desire to be healthier. And one of the things that I'm sorry, I'm like trying to remember. Sometimes my brain hyper focuses because I want to be 100% accurate, even though I know for the purpose of the video you don't care that level of detail and accuracy. But my brain is still like scouring the landscape for exact specifics so that I tell the story exactly, precisely correct. So that's my little explanation for reassuring my brain that it's okay that I don't remember who I said this to, because I had a group coaching call today and I went on 3 walks with my son today, and I talked with multiple people today. I talked with the person who cut my hair today. I'm just trying to remember who I actually said this to. Someone. Today I was talking with someone about how consistency looks different. Most people think consistency means basically Groundhog's Day, where it is a replica, like every single day is exactly the same amount of effort, productivity, accomplishment, whatever. Most people think consistency means exactly the same thing day in and day out, over and over and over and over and over again. That's consistency. Really, consistency looks different every day. But it's the fact that you still show up every day. So I can genuinely say I'm giving 100% today, yesterday, the day before. But that 100% that I gave looks very different. But I showed up and gave 100%. Does that make sense? Let me know if that's resonating. Let me know if that's making sense. Okay, I feel like I just lost my train of thought a little bit. But yeah, so that happened today. I was getting my hair cut. Then I went off on a whole thing because, again, I didn't drag this out of her or anything. She just shared. And, I just offered some coaching to her. And so my recommendation was, change how you think about what it means. Sure, you ideally would go to the gym on the days that you have said you want to go to the gym, and that's like a whole nother thing. But if you're not making it to the gym, you can still honor the core desire, and you can still celebrate what showing up for yourself looks like on the days when it looks different than how you originally envisioned. She originally envisioned showing up for herself as making it to the gym. And so my recommendation was, like, let's reframe that. So on the days that that's not going to happen, it's not a wash. You absolutely can still show up for yourself, and it can look different than what you originally pictured, and it is worthy of celebration, and it is worthy of acknowledgement, and you can have an intentional mindset and where you affirm that this is progress. This is what it looks like to live a healthier lifestyle in general. It does include flexibility. It does include honoring my body's needs, meeting myself where I am at. It does not require perfection. Perfection not required. So I hope that tip is supportive and useful and helpful, and would love to hear in the comments if that's resonating for you. And I mentioned this in my previous video. I think maybe I'll mention it in my videos, because why wouldn't I? I am in the process of creating a school community called Aligned Life on Purpose, AlignedLifeOP, and the link will be in the video description. If that's something that interests you, that you want to hop over there and check out, it is under construction right now, so you will definitely be one of the first to join. But I'm definitely, I have big intentions. I have really sincere, big intentions for that space, for creating transformation, for supporting you exactly where you are, meeting you where you are, and supporting you to make these micro shifts that add up over time to you being the healthiest version of yourself, and just really living a life you love, loving the life you live. So if that sounds like a good time to you and you love my energy, then check that out. Like I said, forgive me, it is 100% under construction and not operational right now, so I'm working on it as quickly as I can. So, as always, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to live and love your life on purpose. Bye.